Hey, welcome back to yet another edition of TCH Live Special Sunday Edition, the final table of our $150 Mega Stack Freezeout 5K Guarantee Prize Pool, where tonight, first place going to be $2,580. We are down here to our final 9. Great day for us here at Texas Card House. We are pleased to be back here on the virtual airwaves on YouTube with over 910 subscribers. So go ahead, rear back, and smash that like button if you're just tuning in. And off we go as many returnees here at the start. As got Clay, we've got William the Nip, we've got Terry, got Johnny Cakes, we got Spilly here with some kings. Spilly here with some kings, and he's going to call the all-in shove here from the hijack. Johnny Cake's going to have to get a little lucky here. Pretty standard shove here at this point. About 10 big blinds, rip it in. And Spilly absolutely having a call. If he does not win this hand, he is going to have about 4,500 back. So we'll count it up here as all right. So there you go, Jack here on the flop, 7 on the turn, and oh, it's always an ace on the river. It's always an ace on the river. Poor Spilly, who chopped this tournament last week, had a really fantastic opportunity to get some chips here right on the first hand of the final table and robbed on the river with the ace of spades, but, well, that's poker. So what's going on here, chat pros, chat legends? Spilly here with less than a big blind. We got Rob Flo. We got All Pure here with a big stack. Lee. We've got Advantage back here at the final table. Should be a good one here for us. So we'll pick it up and keep it going here. It's 3,000, 6,000 here with a 6,000 big blind ante. What's going on, John Shack? Says, sup, Mikey? Any more 0.03% bad beats? John tweeted earlier today that during this tournament, there was a player that flopped quads and lost to runner straight flush here in the tournament. I just had, yeah, that's pretty sick, man. All right, so we've got top pair here for Lee, bottom pair here for Clay and Austin, and Lee is going to pick it up. The 303, the 603, dude in the chat has been just nonstop asking for the payouts, so I just am saying, like, hey, if you have a request, please be patient. Don't flood our chat box with requests when I'm not available to be able to answer the question. It does not get your question answered fast enough. So show a little chat etiquette, some comment-etiquette, if you will. So let's see what else we've got here. Somebody's assuming that this was the knitting channel. Gary C says, hey, knitted a sweater here for my grandma. I'm looking for help. Yeah, this is the right place. Knitting Sunday here on TCH Live. So we got advantage here with Queen Jack with a raise up here to 17. What's going on, Charles Voigt? Says, good evening, Mike. I'm from VA. So we've got Lee here in the big blind. Is going to defend, as we will have Ed here with top pair. I'm going to go ahead and bet it. Lee's got some backdoor clubs, ace high, but not going to be able to continue. So First place, 2,580. Second, 1,610. Third, 970. Fourth place, 710. And fifth place, 580. So as we continue here, again, we had 43 entries here into the tournament today with a total of 6,450 in the prize pool. So a pretty solid, good day. We've been kind of right at where we've been for the prize pool here for this. And seeing a lot of familiar faces that come to play this tournament every Sunday, including Terry Hatcher, the legend. Just always keeps getting here to final tables. Okay, we've got Clay and Austin here with King 10. Lee here with Ace Queen out of the small blind. And I wouldn't terribly mind a re-raise here in that spot. Out of the small blind with a big stack on the table, but nonetheless, we shall see a flop. It's going to come out king high, top pair here for Clay. And we are going to have Clay and Austin. More players should do that. If you're from out of town, you should have your location added to the screen name. Just to be sure we know where you're from, buddy. John Shack says, shout out to Dunks, enjoying watching from the couch. Goodest boy. I put Dunks on my bed, and I put like a playlist of some of the old TCH Lives episodes. So, Dunks, if you're watching out here on the archive, thank you for being a good boy. The best boy. But nonetheless, okay. John Shack just sent me a picture of the run out here. It looks like somebody flopped quad sixes. The other player had 10-9 of clubs. Runner, never funner. So again, our payouts, and I'll have them here in the chat. First place, 2,580. Second, 1,610. Third place, 970. Fourth place, 710. And fifth place, 580. So top five places paying here as here to the net. William going to raise as it's been folded to him. And going to pick up the steal. So again, if you want to hit us up here in the chat, go ahead and drop us a line. Hit that like button, click subscribe. John saying, let's go Rob. He has been to back-to-back final tables. Yeah, sorry about last week. We had our Windows computer go a little haywire on us before the start, so we got that last Sunday off, so it wasn't too bad to take a breather. Going to have Bart Hansen in the commentary booth here for 5-5 tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Should be a fantastic game, as it always is. Spilly here with his last 5K. Going to put it in here with 10-9 of diamonds. Rob Flo. Going to raise it up here. We got a min raise and a call. William says, not yet. He kind of thought about jamming there. It might have been a possibility to pick up some free chips out there. But this is going to make a healthy little main pot for Spilly here with 10-9 suited. So, man, if he manages to win this hand, that's going to be like a 5x. He's got a chance. He's going to flop a flush draw. Nobody has an ace. Got an open-ended straight draw here for Terry. Boom. Nut straight here on the turn. Going to come out and bet it, and I'm probably going to drive out everybody else. As Rob Flo going to be folding the king of diamonds. Terry with the 8 of diamonds in her hand. Spilly's got to hit a diamond or his day is done. It is the Ocho. The 8 on the end as Terry makes a straight. Going to add here to her chip advantage. John Shax has hit that like button like Luka hitting that 3. I don't know if you guys saw that, the end of the Clippers-Mavericks game. A shot right out of my couch. Screamed. My dog ran off into the other room like I was a psychopath, but that was such a big shot by Luka Doncic. 21-year-old phenom from Slovenia. And now tied up that series here between the Clippers and the Mavs, 2 games apiece. So, fun afternoon of basketball to watch before we waited here for this tournament final table. Benjamin Buckman says, any tournaments like this in Houston? I would check out our website, texascardhouse.com. Click on the Houston section just for the tournament schedule. There are tournaments, I believe, almost every day at our TCH Houston location in Spring, Texas. Other than that, I can't attest to anything else that's happened out in H-Town. As nice bet here by Clay as everybody else misses the board. Had limped with King Deuce suited and just going to go ahead and lead at it and pick it up. Yeah, there's Mickey's hosting a 2-5 no limit game out there at TCH Houston. And Fireman Scott's got a Tuesday and Thursday game. 1-3 PLO and also a 1-3 Big O game on Thursday. We are going to have, we're expected to have Pot Limit Omaha again with Fireman Scott this Saturday. Mike Major and Justin Shaft, who's been on this program once. We'll be here for commentary for that. All right, let's get rolling here as Spilly, our first casualty. Raised up here by William the Net here with pocket 7s. Ed going to call here out of the small blind, and All Pure also going to close the action out of the big here with King Queen suited. Top pair here for All Pure. Gutter ball here for Ed. So his backdoor diamond. So I think a bet here is probably going to be the end of it. Unless Ed really feels classy hat there too by our guy Advantage. Pairs up a jack. Alan, I'm not sure about the seat, so I'll double check with Fireman Scott. I've not gotten a chance to talk with him. Ace here on the river, probably going to go check. Both hands with some showdown value. And there you go. All Pure, the chip leader here at this point. He's been here to the final table many, many a times. And going to continue the onslaught. A lot of chips right now. All right, again, my name is Mike Youngblood, a.k.a. Dude Talking. Shout out Carolyn, super producer here in the house. Again, as always, our Sunday tournament final table. The $150 mega stack Freezeout. John, happy Sunday to everybody. Happy birthday to the legend and late great Kobe. Let's enjoy some tournament poker. Yeah, bittersweet day. With all that's going on, it's good to remember the late great Kobe Bryant. It's been a tough year, hasn't it? And it's been just the hits have kept coming, but inspired many in the basketball world. So All right, let's keep it rolling. We've got Ed here with the hand, ace queen suited. If he re-raises here, he probably just picks this up. So, and Terry has flopped the wheel. Rob Flo's got a gutter ball here to a 6-high straight. 2 clubs here on board, so Terry's going to go ahead and protect and get some value here as Ed has got the straight draw to a 5 and backdoor hearts, but not a lot of chips. Not enough to continue. I would be surprised if either of these... All Pure might take a card here just for the sake of trying to maybe bluff catch if Terry is just betting her entire range in this spot, which obviously we can see she's got the second nuts here, the second best possible hand. See what the turn card brings. A 7. Check down over here to Terry. Good bet. Just over half size pot bet. And you got to go ahead and pick it up. So again, our payouts: first place $2,580, second $1,610, third place $970, fourth place $710, and fifth place $580. 43 total entries here into the tournament. Here this afternoon, it's Rob Flo and William are short stacks. 25-minute levels for this tournament. So a whole lot of play. Start with a 30K starting stack. You got a 5K on-time bonus and a 5K $10 dealer appreciation. Make sure to appreciate your dealers. The tournaments can be quite a grind, especially putting on a good one like this every Sunday. So and we've got a jam all in here by Rob Flo down to his last 48K. Get a nice little chip bump up here as he shoves from the small blind. Johnson, new dealer here to TCH. I like him. He's knowledgeable on tourney rules, solid hire. Yeah, we try not to hire people that don't meet our standards. You know, thankfully, hey, if you're a little bit behind and you're still learning, like there's a lot of really great people here to teach you little nuances to do the job as good as you can. So, yeah, hey, thankful for some of the new hires that are getting acclimated. A lot of fresh faces here at our Texas Card House in Austin. Keep up the good work, gang. Go team. All right, ace king versus king queen. The board misses. Johnny Cake's going to be able to make the bet here. That will pick up the pot. And off we continue here, still with 8 players left. So Rob Flo, the short stack. William, the nit, down here to 17 bigs. Advantage, 20 bigs. Clay and Johnny squeezed right in the middle. Terry in really great chip position here with 275 and in third. Lee here with 321, and All Pure our big stack. John saying, yesterday I was an attorney elsewhere and somebody got a penalty for checking the nuts on the river. A player not in the hand called it out. Such a weird rule. Why call it out? They had to sit out one round. I'll hop back to that thought here. All in here for Rob Flo. Gonna pick it up. I think it's clear you do a penalty in that spot if it's like soft playing an opponent. There are people that I have run into occasionally that have misread their hand, or they've misread the board, not realizing they had the nuts, which, yeah, hey, you maybe get a little, you get some fluids in your system, some things, it's alcohol. I mean, you can have a brain fart here and there, but I certainly don't advocate for it, but it is what it is, I guess, is what. Yeah, I mean, we all understand the intention is, again, prevent collusion. That's just sort of like, okay, how do we police this? That is it really a case of somebody soft playing somebody of which that shouldn't fly? Or is it just a case where somebody had a brain fart? And if it's somebody who had a brain fart, I'm going to be much more sympathetic to it just because, you know, that kind of shit happens. So. All right, here we go. Queen 6-6. Deuces and fours, the pocket pairs. Rob Flo checks it over here to Clay and Austin and going to bet his ducks. William is going to fold the slightly better pair of fours, but with that board, kind of certainly understandable. Alan bringing up a good board is ace, king, 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 and you shove and people fold. Do they get penalized? Yeah, I mean, it's one of those weird, awkward spots that. Yeah. All right, off we go here as Ed with some aces. Blinds 4,000, 8,000 with an 8,000 big blind ante. Alan says checking, expecting to check raise should be allowed. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever really had a problem with that. Big hand alert, though. Ed had raised with aces. Clay has got queens here in the hijack in late position. I think we're going to get it all in here, aren't we? Between these two. Ed doesn't have any other moves left. It is just going to be a shove right in the middle. Chris Robb saying, I have seen a player get penalized when Broadway was on board, so yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a little odd. But, as we expected, aces and queens going to get it all in here. Again, down to 8 players, top 5 paying. Ed looking for the double up. Clay would be left with 34K if he does not spike the remaining queen. Or hit a straight combination. Or make a heart flush. So, there's a chance. Down to the last queen of the deck, and that is not going to happen. So, double up here for Ed. Clay is down to less than, like 4 big blinds here. Yeah, I did not expect us to be breaking into a discussion of penalties in tournament poker. They do happen every once in a while, but since I've been here at TCH and some of the tournaments, I can't recall very many instances where that's had to be implemented. I'm sure it has happened in times where I have not been, but it's very rare to ever see it. And yeah, I think especially when you get into bigger buy-in tournaments where you've got really high-level players. I mean, everybody's looking for their edge no matter what, so you're just not going to run into spots like that very often. But aces and queens, now kings, here for all pure. All right, let's see if he gets any action, though. The chip leader raises. Generally, everybody turns and runs. But not this guy. As his hat would suggest, there is 0 Fs given, and he's going to call here out of the big blind. All pure could extract here as a board sometimes sixes can continue with. All right, J-ball here on the turn. King still best. All pure just going to go ahead and jam. I really don't love this. I guess maybe if you really wanted to try to get a player to overcommit here with a hand like ace-10. I mean, you're only getting snapped here by 8-9 a set, 2 pair. But it's a power poker move. Put a player to all their chips. Do not give them any wiggle room to try to draw to another card. And I think all pure definitely not afraid of the 8-9 in that spot. Just said, all right, enough of this. Let's go ahead and smash it on in. Greg Brown says, I saw Phil get a 1-round penalty once. Yeah, Phil Hellmuth deserves probably more penalties than that, but Ghost Mutt saying I once checked my one-liner straight flush on the river. I thought I had a different suit. Like, that's a reasonable mistake. Like, PM, when does TCH Dallas open? Sometime mid to late September. You're always having to deal with permitting stuff and some of the final touches here to the room, but we will have a TCH Live Dallas in due time. Again, if you want to text, you get updates on this, which are more up to date. Text TCH Dallas to 21000 to join our text list regarding Texas Card House in Dallas, Texas, home to the Mavericks. People are proud of the Mavs again, and you should be. I fired up. I mean, I was in kind of a little of a mood and then watched that game. And Luka hit that shot, and it was just an instant energy boost. So that's, oh, TCH Phil. Okay, who's TCH Phil? Oh, I'm trying to think of which Phil that is. All right, how much is the buy-in, and how many players start this tournament? Okay, so I'm going to have to type this because it just gets asked. Okay, we had 43 entries. Prize pool is $6,450 for a $150 buy-in tournament. Got a raise up here by Ed. Oh, Phil Jackson. Yeah, okay. Now that actually does surprise me. I was like, who's Phil? And I'm like, oh, Phil, my buddy Phil. Well, Rob Flo has woken up with aces in the big blind. All pure had called the pre-flop raise from Advantage out of the small with some tens. I would be shocked if he didn't instantly call here because he could definitely feel like that's a squeeze or may even have the best hand, but he's going to see. He's going to have to get lucky. Going to have to be a lucky guy. Rob Flo with a chance to double up. Board still safe there for Rob. Got to dodge a 10 and a 10 only, and it's a king. Could have been a dangerous flop there, too, had there not been the shove. Ed had raised with Queen Jack. Could have got stuck in a hairy position, but he went all in call. Ed is the most aggressive player on the final table right now. He will either steamroll or lose big pots on draws. I'm kind of mixed on Ed's game. I think he calls a little too lightly in some spots out of position. That I think that obviously, like, his ability to really get after a preflop is one of his biggest strengths. Here on this final table, I've not been a huge fan of some of his post-flop play, but what the hell do I know? We've got old William shoving in here with ace-queen. Down to 84 bigs. Oh, all pure has woken up with queens on the button and gonna get it in. Clay and Austin says he has 18K. It looks like he's got a little bit more than that, but so we are going to have a three-way all-in. Here we go. William the net looking for the triple up. Clay and Austin getting it in here with his remaining. It looked probably like 55K or so, which he was in the big blind, so he was already in for like 16K. The blind and the big blind ante. So a pretty huge main pot. William looking to flop an ace. All pure looking at the ace right in the window. Ace on the turn. And a 5-ball on the river. Ace is full of fives. William has tripled up. That takes a fairly, I mean, not a big chunk out of all pure stack, but he does now drop, I think, into maybe like second or third chip position after those last two hands. Jedi Master Ted says just in time. What's going on, Jedi Master Ted? We haven't seen him in a while. He's doing well. Let's keep it rolling, y'all. Yeah, my name is Mike Youngblood, a.k.a. Dude Talking. We are down here to our last 7 players. Blinds 4,000 and 8,000. Since Clay and Austin was eliminated, he would have been the small blind, so in that case, there is no small blind here for this hand. So the old dead small blind is Rob Flo has gone from one of the short stacks to one of the mediums. Gonna raise up here on the button. Here with ace-5, Lee certainly able to defend. Here with 10-9 offsuit. And off we go here to another wonderful flop on TCH Live. Top pair here for Lee. Go ahead and bet at it. He will take the lead as he was first act, and that would be, yep, that's probably just going to be a fold here by Rob Flo. Again, rear back and hit that like button for us. Click subscribe. 3 streams a week and sometimes 4, including our Pot Limit Omaha coming up here this Saturday with Fireman Scott. Mike Major will be back in the house for commentary on that. But I'll be around the room here. Earning those dollar bills, y'all. Out on the felt. So as you see, Johnny Cakes now are short stack. All right, so Lee is the chip leader with about 338K, all pure. Terry, William, all kind of scrunched together, along with Rob Flo, Ed, and Johnny Cake. So, I mean, Lee is the chip leader right now, but it can just take one hand to change all of that. All pure here in the hijack. Has seen his stack start to dwindle here. Some coolers, some coin flips. And we've got, boy, this is Big Pair Sunday. This is like an extraordinary amount of big pairs here on the final table as Pure just trying to pick up the blinds and antes. And we got several card racks here on the table. It's Jackson Buda says, love the content. We love you, buddy. Joe Reinhardt says, makes me want to go to the casino and play. Don't forget your mask. Jedi Master Ted, I'll be there to dump a couple of grand and run soon enough. We look forward to seeing you. Seven players remaining here as Terry Hatcher, the big blind. Johnny Cakes, he's been on here before. Gotcha. Fireman Scott, a.k.a. Skyerman Fott. Lee here with a pretty standard button open here with ace-9 offsuit. We'll steal the blinds and the antes. So pretty much at this point, anytime it gets folded to you on the button, I mean, you can mix in some limps in there with semi-playable hands. But, I mean, if you got enough chips, should almost be raising, almost always should be raising on that spot to just try to pick up a pot without showdown. And that's the kind of stuff that keeps you afloat in tournaments. You went around here, you went around there. You keep a healthy chip position so that you can manage the swings and some of the variance that comes along with it. Standard open here, but just about 2.2x or so with ace-jack offsuit. Johnny Cakes here with a 3, and that will probably be it. I mean, it's a small raise that he could try to maybe defend with, but it is such a garbage hand. But I'm listening to Bert right now in the background. Floor man, Bert, I think we're going to have an updated payout. Let's see if maybe we're paying out another spot here, or that is what has tended to happen here on the majority of our final tables. Is we've gotten an extra place paid out, or one or two. I mean, I like this structure just because I think if you're playing a tournament, man, you should be getting a pretty big payout there for first. And another pair of aces. Big pair Sunday as Ed going to call here with king, queen. Totally in line and reasonable. Going to flop top pair, so this could be a dangerous spot here for Advantage. Bet of 16K. Gonna call 16. All pure also has the backdoor heart draw. Ed here with top pair. Ace is still best as 7 comes here on the turn. Now Ed is gonna bet this. He might feel like he's up against the hand like ace queen, ace jack that may have the ace of hearts in his hand. So It may be an attempt to equity deny, but he is going to be caught in a pickle, and he's going to call instantly. Didn't even give it a thought. Thought, all right, maybe my king with a queen is good enough. No redraws. So all pure going to have to dodge any of the remaining 4 outs that Ed has available. Any non-heart king or queen will double up Ed, otherwise he will be knocked out. And there we go. A 10 ball on the river. Advantage has been knocked out. He gets here a lot. Just not able to get any further as all pure coolers him here with a pair of aces. Again, I have no problem at all. Hey, you absolutely call out of the big blind there with king queen. There was a small flop bet of like 16K. When again the pre-flop raise was like 20. So there's reason enough to believe that all pure may not have as strong a hand as he did. So I think the mistake happens when you lead big on the turn and then call the shove and not even take a moment to try to contemplate it. But that could really feel like I've got so much out there invested that how can I really get away from this hand on the spot? But yeah. Always solid. Terry going to fold here as we will get Johnny Kicks on the button. Yeah, you're right, John Chacks. I called it earlier. Mikey Ed is a good player. Goes deep a lot. Is a nice guy. Absolutely nice dude. It's kind of the weird middle ground in here is that you can like a lot of people, but when you try to come to analysis, try to be as objective as I possibly can be. And in that spot right there, that is a spot a lot of players have trouble with. You flop top pair, the board run out comes great. Not particularly awesome, but leaves you some room to think you're up against a draw. Nice guy, Ed, though. Yeah, we got a raise here out of the small blind, all pure. Here with the heat check, and just going to go ahead and raise it up and take it down. So again, my name is Mike Youngblood. Carolyn, super producer here in the house. Yet another edition of TCH Live. 9,910 subscribers, well over 1 million and 145,000 total views of all of our content here on the channel. We've had some really awesome highlight reels as of late. Make sure to check those out. Smash the like button on them. Helps us keep getting the word out. We've had a mention on a couple of Jonathan Little's poker channel, his poker coaching, with some hand breakdowns from 2 episodes of TCH Live. So we appreciate. I can't even begin to tell you how cool that was to kind of email back and forth with John Little, knowing that when I came up in poker, like this was the guy that was, around my same age or so, one of the superstars of online poker. And then just be like, yeah, Jonathan Little, I give you permission to use the stuff on our channel for a video. Have at her. Rob Flo going to lead at it here with bottom 2 pair. This is blind versus blind. Leah checked this option. He's got a heart draw. Now he's got a straight draw. Rob Flo checks here to Leah. Bets out 50K. Quick call here by Rob, and off to the river. Rob trying to fade. Yeah, he's going to make 6s full. Let's see if he gives the opportunity here for Lee to bluff at it. I guess he's probably hoping maybe Lee flopped the flush or made trips, flopped an ace or something, but he's got nothing but queen high. Daniel says, you dealt to me before, Mike. Well, I hope it was a winner. He's a pretty nice dude. Every once in a while I get a little crabby, so it's been kind of tough. Masks are absolutely a necessity, but I do not hear well, so it makes it a little bit of a challenge sometimes to hear some of you. So just if you see me out there, I'm not ignoring you. My dog chewed up my other hearing aid, so I'm waiting to get that fixed. So I'm working at about half of my optimal capacity here at this point. John checks, so if Rob checks there, it is not a penalty because he's not last to act. Right. He's not last to act, so I mean even if he checked then. Terry raised up here with some 8s, all pure is kind of flat. Here with some 9s. Nines versus 8s and a king high board, so we'll see who maneuvers this the best. As Terry actually getting the benefit of being the first to attack this pot. Does a good size bet here on the flop. As about a half size pot bet. Two spades on the board. All pure here, still sticking around. He's got the better hand, but a relatively snug player bets this. You don't exactly love 9s at this point, but you have absolutely every reason to maybe see one more straight and see what Terry does. If it checks here on a card like this, I mean, the weakest hand that she could check here is probably like King 9, King 10, maybe King Jack here, but all pure's got to be feeling like his 9s are best now. Bet here by all pure. It's a tricky spot here for Terry because now she could really think that all pure could bet a hand like Jack 10 of spades or Queen Jack or maybe even 4-5. I don't think all pure is going to call late position with a hand like 4-5 suited, but it's a lot easier, I think, from his vantage point to rep a king when it gets checked too. Mikey, so John check. Mikey, we all want to know how you did in PLO Friday, rocking that Mav shirt. I couldn't hit a hand to save my effing life. I could have potentially won more chips on the first hand, one of the first 2 hands of the final table, but a guy called my all-in with like 12K remaining by mistake. So that he had like a trashy like King 4, 8-6 offsuited hand. I had kings. I was not expecting much with it, but it was just like, okay, I don't have a whole lot of chips left. You just got to get it in. And the guy did not see my raise, so I wound up winning the hand, but like the main pot plus the side would have put me in like really dominating chip position. Then I busted out with like a 9-8, 7-5, double suited. I think once we were like 6-7, I was really frustrated, kind of cranky, kind of irritated, just not. A little tired, a little tilted, couldn't hit a effing hand all night. But it's fun. I mean, it's fun to try to draw out stuff, but you can play that PLO on Friday. It's 1K guaranteed prize pool. You usually have 2 or 3 tables for it, so. And Vincent, when are they going to do TCH Live in Houston? I have no idea as to when to ever expect if we'll have I mean, I would think some point down the line, but there's no immediate plans to put an RFID table at the Houston location. All right, so we have all pure raising under the gun with ace-3. Lee going to call in the cutoff with king-jack. Again, blinds are now 10,000, 20,000, so that is a minimum raise. So perfectly reasonable call there by Lee in late position. Everyone has missed, so this is probably going to go to all pure. All pure picks up the pot. John checked. Terry's watch isn't on. Alan saying steamed all his buddy, got it all in accidentally in that, and ended up winning so much he either got first or second overall. That's how to play Omaha. It certainly feels that way. It is kind of a button clicking. I don't know what some players are thinking in some of these spots. But, I mean, this is the free rolls are the best opportunities to learn because you can kind of make mistakes and play your way through them. Especially if you don't have, a ton of experience in the game. So that's a great advantage here for the experienced player. Wait for good hands. Try to get somebody in with a suboptimal one. All right, Lee raising up here with ace-queen suited. We got all pure calling here. Defending out of the big blind with 8-6 and gonna flop middle pair. Lee here with the overs and all pure going to do the donk lead right into the pre-flop raiser. Lee going to call, as he should. I do like all pure strategy here, just to keeping his bet small, so it protects his chip position in some spots. And I do like this bet here on the turn. About a half-size pot bet of 50K. It is a strange card to try to rip at just because there could be plenty of king X's in his opponent's range that, okay, a really savvy player is going to figure out, okay, what is this guy going to lead into me both flop and turn that has a king in his hand. So if Lee wanted to be a really sicko, he could rip it in, but there's only a small percentage of a tournament population. Okay, I had that backwards. It was Lee who bet that. All pure had checked it to him, so that was a rare mistake, but that's all right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense here, because I was going to say, if all pure let that twice, what a sicko. Absolutely sicko. John Zag, I wish TCH did a PLO 1-1 for beginners on a Sunday or Tuesday. I think we tried that once before. We didn't get a whole lot of traction with it. Maybe it was no limit that we tried to do like a 1-1 game. We offered it, but there wasn't many takers to.
We did 1-1 PLO, and it was a great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if we gathered enough people to say, hey, let's do 1-1 PLO. Hell, I would sign up for that.
I played it.
It's TCH. You probably still get plenty of action on it, too. Sitting there at 1K pots and 2K pots somehow. D-Gens and sickos. All right, here we go. 10-8, Jack-4, Queen-Jack. Middle pair here for Terry. Bottom pair for Rob Flo. 10-high for all pure. Jedi Master Test says all PLO is beginner PLO. Fair. I think, the more advanced players know how to use their blockers and bluff cards and all that kind of stuff in position to. There is kind of an art form to the game, but there is. I just feel like winning in PLO is just about before you sit down picking the kind of game that is conducive to your style, whereas. I mean, if you're going into a table full of beginners or people that are just crazy action, then you can adjust your strategy. But you go in with a bunch of rocks and really strong players. PLO sucks to play. Let me play against a super aggro player here that's. Man, we got A limp here by Terry up front.
It is top 5. They're in the money.
And Johnny Cake has got aces here in the cutoff. A really small raise here to 25K.
Have Bert bring me the payouts.
And now we got a re-raise here by Rob Flo. So the small raise effective as it provokes Rob Flo to put in a 3-bet. And he's going to see the bad news. Johnny Cake all in here for his last 90K in tournament chips. Yeah, totally reasonable spot there for Rob Flo. Don't blame him one bit for playing the hand the way it did. It just happened to get Yeti cooler on the night. Let's see if Johnny Cakes can dodge some hearts, though, as... Let's see you board here, dealer. That is not going to look pretty, and now he's drawing dead, so ace is good. Would have loved to see that jack of hearts on the turns to give us a good sweat. Rob Flo would have turned a royal flush draw, but was drawn dead right on the turn. Jedi Master says, okay, I can see it. Well, that's nice of you. Alan says, I saw a guy full top set on an 8 of clubs, 7 of clubs, deuce of spade board. Was such a magical game. You find yourself a game like that, you're having a good old time. So you're just like, all right, I pot. John saying the Yeti cooler tonight was quads versus straight. But that was not televised or streamed, so that... I understand it happened, but you gotta have it happen when the lights are shining brightest. I will accept no Yeti coolers in the night that are in the first 3 levels of the tournament. Oh wow, we got a shove here by William here with ace queen again. Thought Lee may have been opening light. Got ourselves another coin flip. William here on the brink of elimination. Oh, Lee would be eliminated if his 10s do not hold. William would have like 18K left behind if he does not come out the victor of this hand here. As
Chips, everything gets screwed up on this hand. We fix it when it gets
so they'll count it all out here as... Oh, well, okay, no, never mind. I think the chip stacks are... But because of that last hand with Lee and all pure, so William's all in here for his tournament life. So this is a big pot here. It's over. It's going to be well, like 416K plus maybe another ante. So oh wow, open-ended straight draw. There's a pair there for William. William holds. Yes, he does. So Lee had flopped a straight draw, and I better not hear any other like bad beat stories here by the net here. It's not, he has 1-2 flips here. Actually, it wasn't even a flip. He got it in with ace queen versus king jack and queens. There, that was a pure flip, so a little bit of run good here for William the Net, rocking the Napa Auto Parts shirt. One of the biggest NASCAR fans I know, and I don't know very many. All right, you guys have not made your contribution here to the stream yet. This is your opportunity to be a TCH live star by hitting that like button. Be the MVP. Hit that like here for us and click subscribe. Alex, this poor guy has always called the net. Yeah, that's justified. But it's also been kind of a persona he's leaned into. So we say it in good... With good intentions and well-meaning. We like William, but we also do like to needle him a little bit too. And it just keeps getting here to the final table, so it's... Off we go here as... When are we down to our last 6? Spilly, spilly, spilly.
They pay the six. They pay six.
What's it?
They pay six.
Okay.
So 200 to sixth place.
All right, so they paid out 6 spots. We have some updated pay. Thank you, Carol. I will get you this updated payout here in a moment as we update Lee's chips. Lee and All Pure had a hand where the winner was not attributed to the correct player, but it happens. No worries, no worries. D&D says, I'm going to hit the dislike button because I'm a rebel at heart. Well, you do you, sir. So Lee here with 97K remaining. Going to open here with the button with ace-7 offsuit. William is going to call here out of the small blind. 70K pot, so I would assume Lee's next bet is probably going to be all in, and if he does it now, it would be a critical mistake, because... All right, William, we know you're going to check raise all in. Pretty standard. Poorly, just trying to do the right thing, trying to be the aggressive player. And pick up some chips. William has flopped top pair. And go ahead and check and rejam. Tina Burke says, can you, period, play one, period, for me? I don't know what you're referring to, but welcome here to the chat, Tina. Hit that like button for us. All right, so our payouts. All right, 6th place. Whoever finishes in 6th is going to take home $200. 5th is $580. 4th, $710. 3rd, $970. It looks like 2nd, $1,510. And 1st, $2,480 for 1st place tonight. Let's look at the gentleman, Greg, G-Reg, the G unit. Shuffle up and deal here. We're most veteran TCH Live dealers here in the house. And we had a lot of cash games. Got about 4 or 5 tournament tables going here today, as we tend to on Sundays. And blinds will continue 5,000, 10,000 with a 10,000 big blind ante. Again, if you have any questions, comments, leave them here. If you're watching on the archive, leave us a comment. Join us here in the chat. Let us know where you are watching from here tonight. Love to hear from our folks out of TCH Live Nation. Fine folks who represent all across the globe. All right, next hand is... So we got a shove here by Lee. Could probably shove any 2 at this point. And those any 2 happen to be ace-king, so absolutely get your chips in there, sir. Mustang Girls, I'm watching from Flop House Poker. Awesome. I think Flop House Poker, they had I believe a podcast recently with Terry Hatcher had appeared on as a guest. Guys, I had Matt Savage on as a guest. Yeah, you guys ever need a guest? I'm more than entertaining. I can fill up plenty of content to talk about the poker world. So, hey. Joey Harambe, Harambe? Is that what it is? Okay. Howdy, like the stream because... Okay, it says, howdy, like the stream because I like the stream. It's that simple. Hope the night is going well for everyone. All right, it's top pair here for William, top pair here for Terry. We've got an all in a call. William has got the ace of spades, potential redraw, so he's free rolling. Indeed. So we're going to chop it up, ace queen versus ace queen. Ray Rollins says, watching from Alabama. Enjoy watching from my recliner. Well, thanks for joining us, man. Tina Burke says, I'm learning how to play poker. It must be hard to play. Well, as the great Mike Sexton would say, a minute to learn, a lifetime to master. You just always are learning stuff. And the second you feel like you got it down, you play a hand that totally makes you rethink your objective reality. And that happens just about every week here on the show. Bowler Boy says, coming at you from Iowa. I see a GC. Is that a Grundy Center logo there? I play with my family, so this should be exciting. Not much. I'm an Iowa born and bred native, so also a bowler. Used to be a bowler back in my time. Hope you got power back up there. Had a derecha that hit that knocked. It was like a land hurricane that knocked out power in Iowa. Many people I knew that didn't have. I mean, just didn't have power for like a week or two. And some that still don't. We got Lee shoving here with Queen Jack under the gun. It has been folded all the way around, so Rob Float does not have a hand, so Lee will stay alive. Again, a 5K, 10K. Boulder Boy says, no, it's not grunt. Yeah, that didn't look like the GC logo, but I had to take a wild stab in the dark. Yeah, my parents live out in Marion. Sister lives in Cedar Rapids, kind of in that area, so. Matt Collins out there in Washington State. John Shack, Winchesterton Field, Iowa. That's the reference to Mr. Deeds with that one was a Winona Ryder. I don't know how I feel. I mean, there's some parts of that movie I think are excellent. There's some that I'm just like, that was kind of the beginning of the end for Sandler. All right, we got Johnny Cakes here with the raise up to Queen Jack, all pure. Gonna fold. Lee here in the big blind with Queen 4 off and going to fold. Maxwell, if I want to get on the 831.55 live stream, can I call in now? Do I need to wait till tomorrow's stream start, or do I need to wait until tomorrow's stream ends? I would say, okay, when is 31? I would probably call during the stream tomorrow to try to get on the list for the following week. Is this the Maxwell that came from North Carolina? Was rocking the Davidson shirt they played on one of the Monday streams. I think it is. It would be good to have that guy back. So we got Rob Flo shoving here with ace queen. Johnny Cakes had raised in the hijack with some deuces. Ray Rollins says, I missed playing the circuit events. Cherokee, North Carolina. Dense COVID. All right, well, we got a call here by the deuces. Decent board for it, though, for ace queen, but not going to hit any of his outs. As we have Rob Flo eliminated in 6th place, was one of the short stacks on this final table. Had a good run up to get in a puncher's chance here, but just couldn't quite get anything else going. Well, congratulations, Alan. This is woohoo, just shipped my online tourney. Is that a decent chunk of corn? Is that a micro? Is it a medium steak? What were we playing there, buddy? All right. Blinds now 6K, 12K, a 12K big blind ante. We are down to 5 players. Way to go, Alan. $2,900 win is not bad for a Sunday. So he's got the rule for the PLO game now. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so 43 entries. Matt Kahn says, go Pops, deuces. Is that Matty Cakes, the son of Johnny Cakes? Terry going to fold her hand. As All Pure picks it up, as he is, just keeps getting here, man. All right, second to 1,510. Entering it here for the chat, folks, here, because many of you join the program at a later time, and sometimes you just don't hear it or see it. Next player to be eliminated will take home $580. We got Lee picking it up. So Lee's hanging on by a thread at this point. But it's not a bad position to be in. Your decisions become very simple. It's just, all right, we got to rip it in. You see our aggression frequency. This is calculated by when a player is either going to raise pre-flop or bet on the flop, turn, and river. As you can see, All Pure, they're at the top of the numbers. All right, my crazy adventures as I turned $20 into $857 on video poker at Montana Little Casino, Great Falls, Montana today. I just assume everybody in Montana is just like that show Yellowstone. Have you guys been watching that? I think the series finale tonight, or a season finale. I have not watched the last episode, but I'm going to watch them back to back. So I love the first 2 seasons of that show. I've been kind of mixed on the third, but we'll see what these last 2 episodes yield. William the net here with a raise up with King Queen. All Pure going to call. Bet at 20,000 here as the key gets checked to. Is All Pure going to do something silly here? No. Freezes a little bit. Tamp will fold out his hand, but my crazy adventure in Montana is pretty damned awesome. You know, yeah, my cousins lived out there in Billings. I've been out there a few times. Seems like a pretty cool area, but it's not a whole lot going on. And I say that as a dude from Iowa, so no disrespect intended. I did not dislike Montana one bit. John Shack, what channel of service is Yellowstone on? There's the Peacock app, NBC's new streaming service. It's like $5 a month. The first 2 seasons are, and then the third is, I mean, it's been on, I think, Paramount Network or Country Music TV or something like that. I think it's really an incredible show. The first 2 seasons are as good as Ozark. I mean, it's fantastic. This 3rd season, I'm kind of, don't dislike it. Don't love it like I did the first 2, but it's still very, very good. As we've got Terry going to bet in position here with ace-8 and got to pick up the pot as a race in the cutoff. Here 5-handed. Well, Yellowstone is based off of a ranch, a fictional ranch, and I think it's either like Bozeman or some. I can't remember what outside of what city, but its namesake was just for like a ranch called the Yellowstone. So it's Kevin Costner's amongst some of his best work I've ever seen. Like he was born to play this role. Like just he's just unbelievably great in it. It's really really good. I'm telling you, it's shout out to floor manager James that gave me the tip on that. He gave me a seal of approval, like emphatically to the point that it was like, yes, all right, okay. William going to pick up the pot here as he's sitting pretty healthy in chips with here and all pure. Floor man Bert going to color us up. Get some of the lower denomination chips out there. Legendary. Bert. My Crazy Adventures says, I own a trucking company and absolutely hate Iowa in the winter. I-80 is a nightmare. Yeah, this is why this guy here in this seat moved to Texas. I could not do nuclear winter. It's gray. Your pants get soaking wet because you're always stepping in snow. William going to shove here with jacks. Terry's got no hand, at least not one that you want to call off here with ace deuce. Tina asking, what's the real time in Vegas? Do you know? It's probably 6:32, isn't it? They're on the Pacific time. I like they're on Mountain time, but what's going on, V? V here in the chat legend. Been on a Billions binge, so I've been just kind of. Billions has like the only really good poker scene that I've seen out of, like, we've talked about this on the show of poker movies and poker on TV, how horrible and inaccurate it is. And Billions went like a deviation further and went like too hardcore. But nonetheless, it has been like one of the few I've ever seen that's been like, yep, you got it. You did poker right. Got to raise up here by William on the button here with ace deuce. Standard min open, and we'll pick up Saput. Sorry to hear that, Tina. That's totally unfortunate. Again, hit that like button for us. Click subscribe if you have not seen us before. Again, we stream on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. Sunday, our tournament final table. Monday, our big 5-5 uncapped huge cash game. Thursday, our 1-3 match of stack, which always has a ton of action, a lot of chips on the table. And we have our monthly PLO with Fireman Scott Delaney. Check out his vlog, Fireman Scott. All right, we have a limp on the button here by Terry. King 7 suited. Johnny Cake's just going to complete out of the small blind. Wouldn't have minded a shove there, but I don't dislike this limp here by Terry at all with less than like 10 big blinds. There's a lot of spots where if it gets checked to on any board, she can maybe bet it out and take it. Unfortunately, All Pure has flop 3 of a kind 5, so that takes that option away. Johnny Cake's going to float the min bet here with Ace Jack. And maybe had All Pure played that slower, it might have had an opportunity for Terry to catch up, because I'm almost certain here she's definitely betting the turn if the flop had been checked all around, But by betting that 12K is kind of hides the strength of it. But here with the king on the turn, Mr. Johnny Cakes is probably going to be forced to check fold as we continue five-handed on TCH Live. What's going on? The usual suspect. Chat reg. As you see, Rob Flo got knocked out 6th. We had Advantage knocked out 7th. Clay and Austin, I think, finished like 8th because he got knocked out with King Jack against Ace Queen and Queens. And then we had Spilly got knocked out 9th. He had Kings on the first hand. Johnny Cakes had shoved with Ace Jack, and of course rivered an ace. I like Spilly, so it's just like you feel bad for the guy who gets in there with Kings the first hand and only gets to be on the stream for like a handful of minutes. Let's see here. We're here to the blinds. Leah's got 50K back. All Pure going. I think All Pure just hoping he would get away and steal this. He does have 2 live cards. All right, here we go. All Pure trying to get lucky. He does. He flops a deuce. He pulls ahead. Need a king or a queen, and will not get it. Lee, a very fine player, good player. Just couldn't quite get it going, and he's been knocked out in 5th place. We are down to the final 4. Terry's got 9 big blinds left, about 113K, and going to be under the gun first act. Johnny Cakes in decent chip position. But it may come down to William the Nit and All Pure. We shall see. Can Terry maneuver? Find a double up in there. Can Johnny Cakes add to his stack? But here, four-handed. Next player to get knocked out will finish with 710. Benjamin, when will tournaments like this hit Houston? I really don't know. I am certainly the last person to ask. I mean, if you do want to see more freeze-outs like this, I would contact the folks at TCH Houston, like Mike Major, the general manager, or any of the floor managers there, Josh Billingsley. Maybe share some input that you'd like to see a more freeze-out structure like this. Check and check. King High still good. Williams got a straight draw. All Pure is going to bet it, though. I probably expect Williams going to play fairly snug here to try to get one more page up. Is that a stack of pumpkins for the net, says Alan? I think that is. That does what it seems. He's got the 25K chips. Ethan saying tournament is flying. Yeah, it is. We've had some in the past few weeks that have taken over 3 hours. That has seemed unreal to me that we've had so many tournaments that had just... We had a lot of chips flying around. We had some more aggressive players here in the spot. And Seth Millett says it's not a freeze out. Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure I know. It is definitely a freeze out. A true freeze out is a winner take all. Okay, I see what you mean. But let's see. Ray Allen says double up Terry. Jobel, what's up, bro? Jobel, here in Houston. Great commentary as always. I mean, the definition, I mean, I think that's kind of... nitpicking a little bit with it. Like, I mean, like a true, like, freeze... I mean, like, I don't think those really exist in, like, any player field that's not, like, 10 or under, like a winner-take-all kind of tournament. Jobel says, I play at Empire Poker Club. They like followed me on Instagram, so I was like, all right, I'll give you the old follow backs. It seems like they got a lot going on there. I think I saw in a picture they had TCH live up on one of their TVs. So I said, wow, this is a great room. All right, King Queen. Raise it out of the big blind. All pure looks like he had limped under the gun. Seth says, okay, yeah. I didn't think you were like trying to troll me or anything, but it was like, yeah, I guess in the truest sense, but I don't think those kind of old school winner take all prize pool freeze outs like really exist. Joey says, how would you envision Michael Corleone plays poker? God, I really wish I had watched The Godfather more to give you a great joke. Yeah, I like the fact that this is a freeze out and it's not. Like, I definitely think there is a place for re-entry tournaments into the game, but we've seen it all the time in the WSOP. It's just like, especially some of the online tournaments too, where it just kind of destroys the quality of the tournament. You know, you're going to get way looser calls in some spots because, especially early on, it's just like, okay, I can punt some chips off here. And all right, as we continue, wheel draw here for Johnny Cakes. Top pair, decent kicker here for All Pure. Bet at 45, though, here by Johnny Cakes. Be walking right into trouble is. All Pure puts in the raise, and I think Johnny just kind of looking at this from a posterity standpoint of like, and I'm going to go pick it up here as Terry William, All Pure. Johnny Cakes our final four. My crazy adventures. I played tournaments at the Route 66 Casino. 43-person field only pays out the top two players. Yeah, I could definitely see that if it's like a really small buy-in that you know, if you have a player field not quite that big, that you're not going to pay out too much. Yeah, rebuy's the fat in the pot, that's for sure. But it's also like, it kind of comes at the expense of the purity of the game, so it's just. I wouldn't even mind doing like a single re-entry. Like, I think a single re-entry is kind of fine. Like, maybe up until certain points. Maybe I can advocate for that with the tournament folks here. Is all right, maybe do like a single re-entry until the like second to last level before break or something. That way if you get coolered early, got like one more bullet. And that still gives you kind of the feel of a freeze out. But we really like the structure the players have as well. So All Pure had raised up. Wow, look at this. Johnny Cakes limp raises here on the button. All Pure raised out of the small blind. And the Johnny just says, I'm going to shove it. And so All Pure deciding if he really wants to gamble or not. That's little unorthodox, but I think when you're four-handed, moves like this can be a lot more effective. And Johnny shows, I mean, I think if you asked any player, they would rather have Johnny's hand than all pures in that spot. Almost like 9 times out of 10, no pun intended. It's just about a coin flip, but it's... Yeah, my name is Mike Youngblood, a.k.a. the dude talking, announcer man. Don't know if there's any other names. Captain Segway. A few other nicknames that some random chatters have tried to make inflammatory. But your insults do nothing. All right, I kid, though. We love you guys. 9-7 versus 9-7. Victor will go to the better, and that's usually the player in positions. Terry is forced to fold out the 9 high. So as we continue here on TCH Live, get tomorrow night, Bart Hanson going to be doing commentary for 5-5 No Limit. Uncapped cash games. We'll welcome back Bart back in the house. Eric Morantz is the horse cop killer. Butternuts. It's Buttercup. All right, William here with the Rays with a 7 offsuit. Everybody always says I sound like Harlan Williams, and that is one of the best compliments I've ever gotten. One of my favorite comedians of all time, too. Queen Jack, a 7. Good flop there for William. He flaps straight draw. Going to take his free card here as we go to the turn, and a queen there for Johnny Kicks. We'll lead on here as about a half-size pop bet. William has got an out here to a 4 or an ace. Take a shot at it. Also has the ace of clubs in his hand. All right, let's see what Johnny does here. He's got 3 queens. William is going to check back a ton of hands on the river. You're going for value. I like the bet. I'm going to go ahead and take it down. Sometimes in that spot, you want to induce the check fold, but William is the kind of player that's not going to take any needless bluff when he has a hand that maybe has a little bit of showdown value with ace high. So I like betting more than I like checking in that specific instance. Mouthy Mike the legend. What's up, Mike? Sorry, been off all week. Good to be back. Hoping Terry can pull off an incredible comeback. Good to have you back here, sir. No matter what, life leads you astray. TCH Live will always be here. We can pick right back up where you left off. You can always check our archives, too. All of our episodes available for rewatch. A mountain of highlights to check out of some of our past streams. Share the link. Smash the like. Join us here in the chat here on TCH Live. Whew, what a day. Happy Sunday to y'all. All right, so as we got chunky hands. All that's... All right, let's see here. Blinds 8 and... Excuse me, 6-12. I think looks like it's 8-16 now. I just heard blinds up. All right, Johnny Cakes with a 9-5 suited, just a button raise to try to steal. And going to get a fold out there. You guys have any questions, any comments? Yeah, let us know where you are watching from. We've had folks check in from all over the place. Certainly love the folks that are here in Austin with us watching, but we had a knob, I think it was checking in from Pakistan. I always enjoy the seeing where the international listeners and viewers pop their heads out from. As you're watching TCH live in the heart of Texas, Austin, Texas. John Shack Terry could come back, y'all. I mean, the Mavs came back 21 points down. I mean, I took my dog out of here near half. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, oh, this is probably going to be the Clippers' day. So, like, I didn't really even start watching the game until midway through the second half when the surge was beginning. All right, we've got Terry here with some fours with 37K back. And she was in the big blind, so she had 16 and 16 on. All pure here with Jack 10. We've got ourselves a coin flip. Heads or tails? What do you got? Fours are heads. Jack 10 is tails. And, oh, poor Terry. Didn't even get a whimper of a chance. Was down to running fours. All pure just smacked that flop. A GG, good game here to Terry. Always good to see you here at Texas Card House. And yet again, another final table. You're going to get a win here one of these times there, Terry. We know you're going to get there in first place at some point. But take some $710 here for fourth place. All pure, running extremely pure. The flops, jacks full. How sick is that? Crusher, but Mustang Girl watching in Pittsburgh, PA. Tough finish there for Tara, but Alan, so she hit that flop as hard as Oklahoma did on red and black. Wow, shots fired. I am hearing whispers of a potential buyout situation in the Oklahoma prop bet. I don't want to go into too much of detail as it's something that's personally happened here for Matt, so I'll keep an ear out for it, but yes, it's tricky to explain without sharing details that I'm just not privy to, but my thoughts are to Oklahoma and his family, and yeah, it's unfortunate. We like Matt. It's always good action, interesting guy. We had a lot of fun when we had him here on the program. All right, 8-16, we're down to three-handed King 10 versus Ace Jack. And Johnny Cake's going to raise it up. Could we see a re-raise here by All Pure? Johnny Cakes opens here to 53. All Pure has gotten deep into this many a times, trying to scoop out a win. All right, here we go. Both players miss a flop. All Pure does have a flush draw here with the Jack of Clubs. All Pure with a better hand with Ace High as... Oh, shoves! What a sicko! Great shove here by Johnny Cakes. It's just going to go ahead and take away any opportunity for All Pure to outplay him. It's a risky maneuver. It's one, I don't know if I would have the stones to make in that specific spot with the pot size the way it is, but as he's going to show it and fold. And I mean, the hand that Johnny Cakes has is literally like the only one that would play it like he did and that he would be ahead of. I think if All Pure has the ace of clubs, that's probably a call, but I'm not sure if he would, but it is one where it's way more likely he's going to than with the jack of clubs. Monty Mike, what I missed about it's a family matter to him, so that's all I can really say at this point. So the interest of privacy, I'm just going to leave it at that. But Moose Duty says if you're going to lose, better to be flop nearly dead than to flop your opponent and the villain go runner. Yeah, I don't know how I do it. Do I want to just get the life sucked out of me right away or have it prolonged? I'm not sure. That's all a matter of personal preference. We're raised up here by All Pure. William the Nit here with pocket fives. He could jam here if he wanted to, but I think calling is the more reasonable line here with the stack depths the way they are. And he just saw his opponent jam there. That he doesn't necessarily need to play a big pot here with this, but board pairs deuces. All Pure is going to come out and bet it, and we'll meet little resistance. All right, hit the like button for us. Click subscribe. Christopher King says, I always see Will at the final table, and I think it was the great Steam Duelist says, yep, Nits make final tables. That was Steam Duelist's line, not mine. All right, I'm not overly critical. But he tends to get here. He plays a lot of tournaments. And that's beyond some of the lowball games. Yeah, his skill set's definitely in tournament poker. And going to get the fold. All right, so we've got lines 8,000 and 16 with a 16K big blind ante. Down to three-handed here as Spilly was knocked out in ninth. I believe Clay and Austin was knocked out eighth. Ed Vantage knocked out seventh. Rob Flo was knocked out sixth. Trying to remember who was knocked out fifth. Oh, yeah, Lee was knocked out fifth, and then Terry Hatcher knocked out in fourth. So, Christopher Keegan, I'm still waiting for your debut. Yeah, I have not been super hungry to play. Like, I'm pretty content as of this moment with all the stuff with the dealing and the poker show, just to kind of keep it there. But all right, William opens here on the button with 40K. Johnny Cake's going to put in a big 3-bet here to 128. Yeah, well, William has been on this final table, I mean, multiple times. I can't remember how many exactly. He does play the Thursday stream a lot, but I've definitely seen him here in the final leader night before. Somebody asked Wes Cutshaw. Yeah, Wes is semi-retired until the COVID stuff dies down, or there's a vaccine that's up to par and good standards. So he's dedicated, instead of the vlogging stuff, to a new business venture. So best of luck to Wes Cutshaw. I mean, he's already been doing fine on the business side of the world. There's a lot of different, a lot of e-commerce websites and things like that he's done well on. That, which is a fortunate place to be in. You have success in business, and you don't necessarily have to worry about, I have to play poker right now to get a little extra income. Yeah, no vlogs. That is done for. It was very entertaining. He's a very funny dude. I've enjoyed having him for commentary and playing here on the stream. So I think that could still definitely be in the works once all the stuff kind of goes away, and it would not surprise me if he reemerged on TCH Live at some point in like 6 months or something. We got to raise up here by All Pure on the button. Johnny Cakes with the old 7-3 shooted. Christopher, I do not know who's playing. I don't have access to whoever is on the list for that. I kind of wish I did, but
You guys having fun, or are you just battling out just a grind?
I played in a cash game with William last Saturday. I won, I think, like $1,450 or so. It was a crazy ass game. We had Vittorio. We had another player that has played on the stream before, maybe a small handful of times, and William the Net. So I'd love to say it was my great play, but it's like, okay, you wake up with aces and a double straddle and ace king and a four-way all-in and one of the first couple of hands, and as much as I want to laud it as being a skill game, it is sometimes just about the hands you hold and how you play them. Yeah. It was a good session. It was definitely a nice bump up. So it's like it's fun to play some cash, but I also, when I want to play, I want to be able to just not feel like, okay, I'm not tired, I'm fresh, I've slept, all my stuff is taken care of. I've got my dog, happy, healthy, and ready to take a nap or something, so I can. Yeah, so like me getting into playing mode, it just requires like, hey, I've not worked that day. I feel well rested, and I feel like I'm ready to go. There's been many a times where it's just been like, I'm just not feeling it. Vittorio says, Mike, it was definitely your play. Not every one of those two straddle pots you were in with aces and ace king. Yeah, it was, I donated like 100 to Vittorio, so. But that was a fun session. It was good to see the dude across the felt. Christopher says you don't have to deal with the chat pros as well. I mean, I don't really, that doesn't really bother me that much. There's just a handful of antagonists that come in that just try to get under your skin. That's like, I'm realizing now that you should just have empathy, because if you have that much time, it's indicative of other stuff. But we appreciate all our audience. Hit the like button for us. You find awesome people that join us here for TCH Live. King 4, Jack 4. This is three-handed poker here for you. Four ball here on the turn, as Pure has got a king high flush draw with bottom pair. Bet and a call. So here we go to the end as an ace. All Pure still has the best hand. Johnny Cakes, if he bets, maybe able to take this away, but I think they're both going to check because ship some more chips there to All Pure, and seat 2 was V asking if Alan's still playing PLO with his kids. Maybe I feel like that's good parenting. Maybe because I don't have kids. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I thankfully don't have kids. Not that I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just like, dude, I'm already stressed out enough as it is. Having to care for another human life. Man, that's a lot on your plate. So instead, I am free to get drunk and stay awake till 5 in the morning. So that might be in the works tonight. Who knows? if you want to cover my beer tab, you can use the super chat, super sticker. You can use that clicking the $ here on your TCH live chat. We've had no super chatters here tonight. What gives, y'all? Are you not in the giving mood? No, I kid. All right, we got a William Minraes here with King Queen. He's got about 250K back. All pure going to defend out of the big blind with a 7 offsuit. Uh-oh. Oh, this is trouble. All pure's got the ace high flush draw. William has got top pair. Second best kicker. All pure leads. Bet a 55, call a 55, a 10 ball, a blank. All pure bets. Williams going to jam all in, pretty standard. I mean, all pure's got a call here. It's not that much back to him after the amount that he's put in. He's going to have to get lucky. He needs an ace or a heart. And it's a decision here for all pure, but I mean, it is 130K to call, 450 in the middle. So what, you're getting close to like 4-1. Hey, thanks to My Crazy Adventures. A $5 super chat. Have a drink on me. Just like the Ace, the AC/DC song. What? What in the world? You lead that turn and then fold, but I'm a little shocked by that. All pure did not want to donate anymore. Potentially flip the tables here for low usage. Cheers. Mouthy Mike, thankfully I don't have kids. Quote, you're the best. No, I mean, I don't mean that at a negative intent. So sort of like, okay, I don't have a partner. It's, you know, when you have all the good things lined up to healthy income, security, you know, all the good things like that, then it's, you know, hey, your life's set. And that's part of the journey. But it's like if I had to raise a kid by my current circumstances, I would be a stressed out mofo. All right. Let's see. Still three-handed here. Christopher says you're almost to 10K subscribers. Isn't that awesome? 9,920. I probably think we'll be at 10K by the time we get to Thursday. All right, we got all pure here with queens. William has got king 4. He folds out. Oh, Johnny Cakes has got ace 10. Three-handed, that's a pretty huge hand. And with the stack depth as he is, all pure has been pretty active pre-flop. He could really talk himself into thinking he's going to jam, and he's probably going to get insta-called here. Hi, kind buds. My long-lost son. You don't need kids when you got your son, kind buds. We got a call here by all pure, so ace 10 here versus queens. 996, queen's still good. Needs an ace and an ace only, and queens, or sixes full of queens, good for all pure. We are down to heads up between William the loose, no longer William the net. So here we are to heads up. Good game there to Johnny Cakes. Was one of the first players all in. And managed to run his chip stack up and finish in third place for $970. Very good job. Again, blinds 8K, 16K. Hey, thanks, William. V says, can they make a deal? Yeah, sure. I mean, Texas Card House cannot be, like, helping with it, but the players can come to an agreement. I mean, we've seen it a few times heads up where players elect to do that. But I would think All Pure with his chip advantage is not going to... I would probably think he's not in the mood for it here as... William here with deuces. All Pure going to raise out of the big blind. And a quick call here by William. And off we go here. Deuce, or excuse me, 3, 4, 7. Deuce is still best. TCH, well, yeah, they'll force the pay out of the deal. We just can't be, like, given the terms and the numbers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'm not trying to jump down anybody's throat here, V. Yeah, you absolutely can. It's just got to watch how you phrase those things so people don't get the wrong idea. Heads up here, William the Loose. No longer William the Net. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought All Pure shoved, and I thought I heard William say call. So I was like, what the world? Never mind, we will have aces check. Oh boy, so this is probably the end of our tournament then, huh? 3 of a kind sixes. All Pure. William is going to get himself... I mean, once you see that board, you know this tournament's done. There's just no way William's going to be able to avoid this. All in. God damn it. The trademark of William the Net. I think he needs a shirt that says God damn it on it. Because that is what the situations he gets himself in on the stream. Can't fault him for it. He did want to lay the trap out there with aces in the hope of doubling up, because All Pure is probably going to get away from a hand like Queen 6. But one step closer there, William. Very nice job there, sir. Very well done. And that has to be like one of our quickest final tables that we've had in the past few weeks. We've had some really long tournament final tables, but the action flowed fast and quick. Big pairs all over the place. A ton of fantastic action here in the final table for $150 mega stack. And congratulations to All Pure. Going to take home $2,480. William with $1,510. Hit the like button before you close out this tab. We thank you so much for joining us. You chat all-stars and pros are fantastic people who join us here on TCH Live. Bart Hansen going to be here in this chair tomorrow for 5-5. Tune in. I'll be back here on Thursday for 1-3 match stack. And don't forget Saturday, Potham in Omaha with Fireman Scott. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic rest of your evening.